I think that is a possibility that we can see Tank Davis versus Vasil Lomachenko, though. I think that's a possibility. They were talking about it in the past. Al Heyman and Bob Arum. Bob Arum was doing a lot of interviews about it, and it was well known that they were working.
He's gonna like it. He's gonna get it from a real man. Damn woman beaters. We're gonna beat that woman beater down.
Damn women beaters. Anyway, STR8 Drop has just donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Must have learned it from his dad. You gotta me a fool to buy this on PPV stream or die.
You guys are degenerates. Y'all don't got $75? I bet you got your $75 for your 7 grams of weed, huh? Because I got mine. I bet you got your $75 for your Air Force Ones, huh? Or to take your little side piece to the crab shack, huh? But you don't got the $75 for the pay-per-view? Y'all make me sick sometimes, man. Y'all make me sick. Y'all want to be talking about how much the fighters should and should not be making, then you don't buy the pay-per-views. You make me sick. You're better than that. You guys are better than that. You're adults. Anyway, I was saying I think there's a possibility that we could see Loma versus Tank Davis on pay-per-view because Bob Arum and Al Heyman, if you haven't noticed, did you kind of peep that they were kind of working together behind the scenes when Eddie was talking about Fury versus Joshua was done? You didn't peep that Bob Arum was like, listen, we're going to be fighting Wilder next. You didn't peep that? Over the last several years, Bob Arum and Al Heyman.
Back.
What do you mean by that? You broke
back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Gunner Forever has just donated $2. I'll never forget how he ate poor Evander's ear. Shame. I must stream the freak out this fight. Hashtag fake belt.
You motherfuckers, man. All right, listen. I love the transparency. That's good. You know, you guys are showing integrity, I guess. You know, that's good, but man. What the fuck? Anyway, I was saying that I think there's a possibility we could see Loma versus Tank Davis on pay-per-view. I think there's a possibility. Loma says he wants Teofimo again. I don't think it's going to happen unless it's at 140. And it's hard to see it happening at a catchweight. I think Teofimo is done with 135. Did you notice that Loma has had the Teofimo fight, lost, had surgery, rehabbed, and now fighting before Teofimo is defending his mandatory? You know? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Because if you think about it, what can they do? Okay, let's just look at the PBC side, right? What can they do with Tank Davis on the PBC side between 140, 135, and even 130, which I don't think he'll ever go back. It's too risky. Because remember now, if he misses weight, I forgot what they were charging him the last time, but he's losing hundreds of thousands of dollars if he misses weight. So I don't see him ever at 130. I think he's holding on to that 130 title until Al Heyman PBC gets one of their fighters in line to fight for it, like Chris Colbert, who's going to be taking on, who is he fighting again? I forgot. And it's a good fight too. It's supposed to be Gamboa. Who is Colbert fighting again? It just got announced and I forgot. And it's a really, really good fight. Talk student AMBR. Boom. Good fight. So who at 135 under the PBC stable outside of Rolly Romero, who Tank Davis has been chumping in, with rumors he's been chumping in at the Mayweather gym. They be talking about him and Richardson Hitchens and shit. Isak Cruz, Javier Fortuna. But remember, they want these fights to be pay-per-view. Tank Davis is pay-per-view now. You see what I'm saying? Davis versus Prograis. Okay. But Prograis wants Mikey Garcia. Okay, the Prograis fight, that's very possible at 140. And remember, Prograis used to have that WBA world title that they're fighting for now, if I'm correct. The Ryan Garcia, if you don't know, Al Heyman had called to congratulate Ryan Garcia after Ryan Garcia defeated Luke Campbell. He called Ryan Garcia's manager in the locker room. That you can confirm that. Ryan Garcia, that was big news at the time. So, you know, that means Al Heyman has been watching Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia going through some shit. You know? Mental health. I don't think Jorge Linares is going to cut it. I don't think they can backslide and fight Jorge Linares. I don't think they can do that. Even though Jorge Linares has been floating around between promotional companies. You know, that's it. Isaac Cruz, Regis Prograis. Look what's going on with Jamal Charlo, how he's being forced to fight at 168 because there's no fights he can get at 160 pounds. Just like on the other side of the street, where Terrence Crawford can't get no fights at 147 because the fights that he won are on the other side of the street. So they're talking about him fighting Jose Zepeda and all that kind of bullshit. Mm-hmm. Y'all think Tank out of shape? No, you know, I mean, he weighed in at 139 3/4 here. Let's go recap it real quick. I'll let it play through. Them getting on the scales and all.
Weight champion of the world, the undefeated.
Damn it. Hold on. I don't think it's live anymore. I got to restart it.
High stakes.
Oh, they just stopped talking, meaning
Sadamas, Alexis Salazar, Erickson.
Why's it taking so long to rewind? There we go. We're good. All right, we're good.
Work behind that.
Big crowd at that weigh-in too.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite the challenger up to the stage at this time from Baltimore and now proudly representing his adopted home of Atlanta, Georgia. He is the challenger. He is undefeated, 24-0, 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the three-time two-division world champion, the undefeated Gervonta Tank Davis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to bring our fighters to the scale at this time. It's for the WBA Super Lightweight World title. The weight limit is a strict 140 pounds. First to the scale, once again, the defending champion, making his second defense of the title, the undefeated WBA Super Lightweight champion of the world, El Azteca, Mario Barrios. $139.5 pounds, 139.5 pounds for the defending champion. And now, ladies and gentlemen, up to the scale at this time, once again, the challenger. He'll be seeking his third division world title. He is the current super featherweight and lightweight champion of the world, the undefeated Gervonta Tank Davis. 139 3/4 pounds. 139 3/4 pounds for Tank Davis.
Watch this height difference though, but it don't mean nothing unless Virgil Hunter taught Mario Barrios how to use it against Tank Davis. Gotta know how to use it. Leo was having some success, but Leo tried to trade with him and threw that same punch 3 goddamn times until he got his ass uppercutted to hell.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's the main event of the evening. Davis versus Barrios, both undefeated stars of boxing in a PBC presentation tomorrow night, live on Showtime Pay-Per-View.
So yeah, let's go over the undercard. Before we wrap up here, take a little break before I get back for the Loma versus Nakatani weigh-in. Of course, let's go full screen. Of course, you're going to have Mario Barrios versus Tank Davis. Erickson Lubin versus Jeison Rosario to be the mandatory. I believe it's the mandatory. I'm not quite sure what happened to the final eliminator, because I thought it was going to be Lubin versus a guy by the name of Sergio Garcia that was going to be ordered to fight. But nonetheless, a former, just so happened, Jamel Charlo, current WBC, WBA, and IBF and Ring Magazine 154-pound champion, fought Erickson Lubin in a final eliminator. Or was that for the belt? Wasn't that for the vacant belt? I don't remember. Well, anyway, let's just cut the bullshit. Both Erickson Lubin and Jeison Rosario got knocked the fuck out by Jamel Charlo. Erickson Lubin, I was ringside right there when he got sparked out and won in the Barclays Center. Jeison Rosario, I was there when he won the titles in an upset off of J-Rock. Jeison Rosario in his last fight got punched in his stomach and started convulsing and shit on the ground. Derek James looking at him like, damn, I thought he had a seizure or something. You remember that? That shit, we thought he was like really, really messed up. You know, so both of them are now fighting to fight Charlo again, but looking like they're not going to get Charlo, because if Charlo wins against Brock Castaño, what is that? July the 2nd, 17th, on regular Showtime, by the way, for the WBO, WBC, IBF, WBA ring, undisputed, first ever undisputed in the 4-belt era. It's hard to believe that he will fight the winner of that. You know, Rosario Lubin. I think he's going to move up, meaning Jamel Charlo, and I think Jamal Charlo is going to move to 168. That's my personal theory. Batyr Akhmedov, in my opinion, defeated Mario Barrios 2 fights ago when he broke his jaw, but nonetheless, he got the bad decision. He's fighting Argenis Mendez, Carlos Adames, who missed weight by 3 pounds. If the limit was at 154, he weighed in at 157. Is taking on Alexis Salazar. It was supposed to be J-Rock Williams versus former unified champion at 154 versus Brian Mendoza, but he pulled out. Also, here's this weigh-in right here. Let's turn it up.
154 pounds, 154 for Jeison Rosario.
So, in my opinion, this is the most intriguing fight of the night.
And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, with a record of 23
Davis
wins,
Mario
1
Barrios
loss,
is
and
good
16
too.
knockouts. He's the crafty southpaw contender, the WBC #1 ranked contender, Erickson, the Hammer Lubin.
I mean, listen, y'all do what y'all want. I'm not going to tell you motherfuckers to do with y'all money.
153.5 pounds, 153.5 pounds for Erickson, the Hammer Lubin.
But like I said, I don't count. I got to buy it. But because Tank's purse and his guarantees are so high now, you know, he's a pay-per-view fighter. And he's going to stay on pay-per-view for quite some time, it seems. The Charlos didn't cut it on pay-per-view, and they didn't have an opponent to put them, so, you know, they got bumped down to regular TV. I mean, regular Showtime. Like, I'm shocked they didn't try to put Mel versus Castaño on pay-per-view. Yeah, I got Lubin. And I'm no stranger to Jeison Rosario.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, the co-main event of the evening, the WBC Super Welterweight World Title Eliminator, Erickson Lubin versus Jeison Rosario.
Man, Samson. Both of them in phenomenal shape. Both of them in phenomenal shape.
Well, fans, now we're ready to continue with our weigh-in this time.
Both of them in phenomenal shape. The Tank fight is a championship fight. It's 12 rounds. It's a bullshit belt on the line. No, the rumors are the Charlo fight. If you really want to know the real rumor, they said that shit did about like 68,000 pay-per-view buys or something. You know, like it was some funny business with that, because a reported number that many on the inside, many media insiders are like, that 130,000 they're saying, that shit ain't do that. It did like 67, like some shit like that. That was a heavily streamed pay-per-view. And wasn't it the first pay-per-view of the pandemic? Like, that motherfucker, people streamed that shit to the ground. They streamed the shit out of that fight. Like, for real, for real. Damn shame. And I enjoyed the Showtime doubleheader. I like that pay-per-view. They streamed that motherfucker to death. But all right, guys, I'm going to take a little break before I come back at 4 p.m. to cover the Lomachenko versus Nakatani weigh-in over on ESPN+. Now, remember, tomorrow night, I'm going to be here for a full night of boxing coverage. So I'm going to be covering this card right here, the ESPN+ card, and also there's a midday card, or is it at night with the Julio Cesar Martinez fight, flyweight champion, 112. And then you got UFC. No, wait, UFC is not tomorrow, is it? Yes, it is. It's a very big fight with Cyril Gane and Alexander Volkanov. So, yeah, don't count out a stream tonight, a late night stream. But if not, expect me to have a full night of boxing coverage tomorrow. Post-fight videos with recaps, highlights, post-fight press conference, the whole 9 yards. Please take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Oh, and if I didn't tell you, we're going to be working very closely with the WBC soon on the WBC's channel that's coming out, sponsored by the Vive Network. Big news. I know I just threw that right there on you because I wanted to be a surprise. So still working out the details. It's going to be starting actually like next week. Did you hear what I said? TstreeT's going to be working with the WBC. Did you hear what I said, or did that just go over your head? It probably did, but I'm going to leave you with that.